What We Know About the Victims of the Possible Serial Killer in Stockton, California. It was published October 4th. They say an unidentified person was recorded on grainy security video that could be either a witness, a suspect, possibly just a person of interest, somebody that no matter who they are, the Stockton Police Department wants to talk to them. And there's been a call by news agencies to watch this specific video and, see if you know anything.
History is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know.
So guys, if you don't know where Stockton is, if you are looking on a map at San Francisco, then you head east for just a ways. You'll hit Stockton if you head east and maybe a little north. And if you're in Sacramento and you head south, you can find Stockton. Seems like a great place. Bunch of museums there. There's a children's museum that I particularly want to check out one day with my son. Well, in Stockton, they're having a little bit of a problem. Guys, there may be a serial killer, an active serial killer operating out of Stockton, California. And we're talking about this year, 2022, as well as last year, 2021, when this person may have been active. There are a lot of caveats here. There are a lot of questions, but I want to give everyone the information, and I want to talk to you guys about it just to see what we're thinking right now. So there was a press conference that occurred where the Stockton Police Department, as well as city officials there in Stockton, gave as much information as they possibly could about a series of homicides that have occurred in the city that seem to be connected. But they're not connected to any one individual. They're not connected to any one suspect. They're connected through ballistics. As we talked about with our Shot Spotter segment last week, one of the main ways that this whole case is a case and not just individual homicides is that it appears to be the same gun, or it's thought to be the same gun that was used in all five I believe it's 6 homicides now, plus 1 attempted homicide, but then there are actually 5 people in Stockton that were killed. There's 1 in Oakland, and there was an attempted homicide in Stockton. It's very strange stuff. And I just want to give you guys some of the specifics, and then let's discuss. There's some reporting out of NBC News by Antonio Palanas and Dennis Romero titled, What We Know About the Victims of the Possible Serial Killer in Stockton, California. It was published October 4th. They say an unidentified person was recorded on grainy security video that could be either a witness, a suspect, possibly just a person of interest, somebody that no matter who they are, the Stockton Police Department wants to talk to them. And there's been a call by news agencies to watch this specific video and, see if you know anything, especially if you live in California or in the Stockton area. And there are these 2 shootings that I mentioned from 2021. One was a victim who survived, the only female victim in this entire case. She survived after this unidentified person shot her, and then she rushed at the attacker and he put his gun down and left. Predominantly, these victims have been male. They have been Hispanic, except for one victim who self-identified as white. And the age range goes somewhere from the mid-20s to the 50s. Gosh, Ben, I thought about you with this because most of these guys were on night walks of some sort, just alone in a place that doesn't have a lot of cameras. They seem to be moments of opportunity for whoever this killer is. Like they just found them, doing their thing alone at night, and then he shot them.
I have a rock solid alibi, man.
Oh no, that's not what I mean. I'm thinking about just because we do that. I think the 3 of us do that. Sometimes when we're in a different city, we just like to go walk and check out what the place is like at night. It's cool. It's interesting.
In the evening, yes.
Yeah. And perhaps this is what these guys were doing, and they were found by this suspect. Maybe this suspect. But let's say they were found by whoever this person is that has this particular gun, right? Unless the gun itself is traveling around, which is ridiculous. But it is, a possibility that the gun was either taken or sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it moved somewhere else, like to Oakland, and that's where it was used again.
Because it has that dormancy period that they mentioned in the Guardian article you sent, which is over 400 days, right? From April 2021.
Yes, it was 480 days, something crazy.
480.
Huge number of days between the 2021 shootings and the 2022 shootings. But again, the ballistics appear to match. So somebody took a long time off, then the cooling off period got shortened again. So let me give you the dates. This will help us understand. This comes from East County Today. That's eastcountytoday.net. Here we go. April 10th, 2021, there's a shooting death of a 40-year-old Hispanic man in Oakland, California. Okay, so this is the only shooting that's a part of this whole series that occurs in Oakland, California. Just 6 days later, on April 16th, there was a shooting of a 46-year-old black woman at Park Street and Union Street in Stockton. This is the survivor. This is the woman who survived her injuries and was able to just get the man to stop shooting. And she, again, the only female victim in this story. Then you move all the way from April 2021 to July 8th, 2022. That's when a 35-year-old black man is shot. August 11th, the next month, almost, exactly a month later, shooting death of 43-year-old Hispanic man. Jump to the end of that month, August 30th, shooting death of a 21-year-old Hispanic man. September 21st, shooting death of a 52-year-old Hispanic man. And then just 6 days later after that, shooting death of a 54-year-old Hispanic man. So you can tell, like, towards the end there, in our studies of serial killers, we've learned as these cooling off periods shorten, that's when you're in the really dangerous territory where somebody is, the authorities have described it as someone, quote, on a mission.
Mm-hmm. Or, as we've seen in patterns of other serial murderers, there may be an escalating psychological deterioration. This may be part of the spiral, which happens because in many cases, those dormant periods, those cooling off intervals start to shorten, just as you're describing. It's kind of unusual for someone to come back after a very long time. They usually will, at that mental state, they will usually get sloppy. They will often be arrested or detained for another crime and then get contacted. Like the Dennis Radars of the world are incredibly rare to be dormant that long and then to go active again. It's much more likely that someone will crash and burn. And we have to point out, as we've done in every serial killer episode over the years, we have to point out that we're working with a radically imperfect sample size, because for the most part, we know about the people who got caught.
Yeah, God, I know. Speaking of, this person that may be the suspect or just, someone that should be interviewed, the video, the video you can watch of somebody who was there near one of the crime scenes was wearing all black, had a black cap on, walking at night, not the best for visibility if you don't want to get hit by a car. Seems like a good move if you want to be hidden or keep yourself hidden. This person, as the police chief points out there in Stockton, this person has a very upright gait. The way they walk and the way their posture is, the gait's a little strange, but they're extremely upright when they're walking. Just something to, I don't know, be on the lookout for. I'd recommend watching the video if you live in the area, just to be on the lookout if you're hanging out at night somewhere. And also, if you do recognize this person or you hear something, there's an incentive here. There is a reward being offered right now of $125,000 by the city of Stockton and the police department and several other groups that are coming together to offer money. Oh, hello, Vinkman.
Sorry.
Never apologize for cat appearances.
I don't know if we keep this in, but the cat
we do. He's right. He's right.
Right there.
Hey.
This better be the YouTube clip.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's trying to get closer onto the mic. Everybody wants airtime. You know what I mean? Come on, get out of here.
All right.
Get out of here.
Well, yeah, that's really all I have to bring to the table, guys. It's ongoing. Information is actively being put out by Stockton Police Department and city officials, like every day, basically, as this has been going on. So keep a lookout, check your news feeds, and let's see what happens.